guys, and welcome back to another weekly breakdown here with me, Mads the Trader. So this week, obviously, we're just going to do what we usually do, walk through some trades that I've taken this week, and just what I would like to see within the markets. So something I always kind of forget to do with you guys is show you the fundamentals that we have coming up for the week. So let's start with that, because this is literally the start of my weekly routine. So I want to see what we have coming up before the week in terms of high impact news. So all I want to see is like medium to high impact. I don't really care about anything else. So straight away I can see that Wednesday, Thursday and Friday we have heavy news. So Monday and Tuesday, nothing that we really need to worry about. Wednesday, we have CPI. Now, if you have been trading for a while, you will know that CPI is one of the biggest movers across the board. So it's a dollar CPI, but dollar CPI will 9 times out of 10 affect every currency pair. Thursday, we then have GBP, GDP, which again, that is a huge mover for all pound pairs. And then at 1:30, we've got core PPI, which isn't as big of a mover as CPI, but it will still move the markets. And then Friday, we've got the preliminary, what is this? It is University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment. So, yeah, I'm not really sure what that one is, to be honest. Whatever it is, we're going to avoid it, because if you know me by now, I don't really have that much knowledge on the economic side. I have friends in high places that know all of that stuff, but I just kind of tend to avoid it. Have always avoided it. I predominantly focus on technicals and just kind of stay away from the market during high impact news. That's all I need to know. I don't really care about anything else. So yeah, that is where I start with my weekly analysis. So I know Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we're going to see most likely some big moves. So Monday and Tuesday may be a little bit quiet. So first things first, we are going to have a look at the dollar index. So as you can see, price has come down to the 61.8% level that I was expecting price to have some type of reaction from. If we look at the weekly, we can see that we haven't had a week close below this year. So what I would like to see is at least some kind of retracement on the dollar index. Maybe a little pop-up. Let me get a fib and see what we could maybe be expecting. So maybe a pop-up to 106.6 level. That might be a nice area for price to come to, just simply because we do have a little bit of previous resistance in that area, and as you can see, a little bit of support there too. So it would be nice to see price maybe come up to there before dropping back down again, which would obviously align with other pairs, which I will show you. Next up, we're going to have a look at GJ. So if you guys remember, I didn't upload a video last week because I was in Paris, but the week before I said that GJ, I was definitely expecting some bullish momentum. So GJ actually came through beautifully this week. I unfortunately couldn't get a good entry, so I have missed majority of the move, which is super, super annoying. But let me just walk you through it. So the first thing that I was looking for was this to happen here. So I think it was this one. So what I was looking for was, obviously we've got the A here, the B, and then we had the C retracement, absolute perfection to the 78.6% area. And then we came up back to the last kind of level of resistance, and then we started dropping again. So before the fib has made its full extension, I could see that we were coming back in to have another Fibonacci retracement. So if I get rid of that one, The next thing that we're looking at is this. So A to B. So we've got A, B, down to this C retracement, and then we've had this massive push up. So for those of you who are in the Rise Collective community, you'll know that I was actually in a trade on this level. However, if I step down, you'll see that we did actually close below it. So because we closed below it, I wasn't as confident in this move. Was it that one or was it this one? Wait a minute, guys. That was Tuesday 3rd. Yeah, it was. So yeah, from the 30-minute, we closed below it. So I wasn't fully confident on this move. I did get in, but I just didn't have the confidence to hold it, just simply because we had closed below on the 30-minute. So my general rule of thumb is if we close below on anything from the 5-minute upwards, I don't really want to be in it. So I got in for a little scalp, got out with profit. And then I looked back a couple of hours later and saw that we had rallied, which was annoying, but it is what it is. I stuck to the plan. That it is what it is. So we had this rally here, and then price came back down for yet another chance to get in, which is really annoying because price really did do its best to give me an entry, and I just didn't get it. So we've got another one, A, B, C, like, just look at how perfect that is. This happened while I was sleeping, so there was absolutely no chance. I would have woke up when price was about here, which you can see I did set an alert for here because I wanted price to maybe come back down and retrace and give me an entry, but it just didn't. So I did get in with a really, really small position. I think I ended up closing out for about just over 0.25% on my account, which is just a little bit annoying, but it is what it is. But that is actual perfection. And now, obviously, we've come to the resistance area again, also the Fibonacci extension. So maybe price will give me another chance to enter. So if we could look at something like this for this week, that would be beautiful. We also have, all right, I'm going to take this one off because I don't think that one's really that ideal right now. But what we could see is maybe a little retest of this level here. So you can see we've got this little bit of resistance here. So maybe we'll come back down and retest that as support this week. I would love to see that happen. Might be a little bit wishful thinking on my part, but who knows? Oh, as you can see, we do have resistance across, all the way across. So maybe, but maybe not. Who knows? But yeah, expecting a lot more bullish momentum from GJ over the next couple of weeks. But as I said, I would love a pullback to here, but the likelihood is quite slim. Moving on to Euro Yen. Haven't placed any trades on this week. Just super bullish. Yen pairs are super, super bullish right now. I don't see that coming to an end anytime soon. What I would like to see on Euro Yen this week again, just kind of correlating this with GJ, would be something along the lines of this. Maybe tap back down into the 61.8 or 78 or 70.9% area. That would be quite nice. As you can see, we do have a lot of resistance around the 61.8% level. So if price does push down this far, then I will be awaiting some type of like candlestick formation or candlestick pattern to actually get into this trade. Hopefully not while I'm sleeping, because that will be really annoying. Next up, we have gold, which has started to kind of push down this week. So let's have a look. Let's see what we're looking at. So I am still not convinced that this is the top for gold. I still want to see, as you can see where I have my alert, I still would like to see the 3.6k level. Price it was very bearish off the back of NFP last week. I say last week, it was literally yesterday because it is Saturday today. But yeah, I'm not 100% convinced that this is the top, but we will see. With Trump and Elon Musk now going at it, who knows what's going to happen within these markets right now. Is gold going to be as safe as a haven as investors make out? Who knows? We will have to wait and see. Oil. My friend oil. So as you guys know, I was holding, well, I still am holding. I was holding oil for weeks. I think this will make it the third week. Yeah, so Thursday just gone makes it 3 weeks that I've been holding this oil trade. My one position did get spiked out. Now, the first position I placed, I didn't place a stop loss. So I am still in one position. But my main position did get spiked out, which is super annoying. But nonetheless, the trade is still running. We are almost about to hit TP. From the bullishness of this daily candle from Friday, I will expect us to hit TP next week. So yeah, great trade overall on that. A little bit annoying that my main position was taken out, but nonetheless, I do have another one still running from around about the same entry, so that is fine. I think this for me was more about my patience and actually holding out trades, because I've never really been a swing trader. I don't think I've ever held a trade for longer than about a week. So this is big for me, and I'm proud of myself for having the patience. And yeah, this may be something that I start integrating a little bit more often. UJ again is super bullish, so all yen pairs across the board are just super bullish. Obviously dollar is also bullish right now, so that is obviously helping. And when I say yen pairs, I mean like X yen. So Euro yen, GBP yen, USD yen, all X yen pairs are bullish. So obviously dollar being bullish, this is just going to help this rally even further. So as you can see, Friday's candle was super bullish, and hopefully we can now break out of this range that we've been stuck in for the last over a month, because it's been quite annoying to try and trade this. So yeah, it will be nice to see what happens to UJ next week. So GBP USD, my old friend. We all know I love, or did love, GBP USD. I was in a committed relationship with GBP USD for well over a year. Until a few weeks ago, I made the decision to start looking at and trading other pairs. So I always look at other pairs. I always analyse other pairs, but it has been literally over a year since I'd placed another trade on anything else. And honestly, I don't think I will look back. GU is still on my list, but trading it on its own is not a thing for me anymore. So anyway, I did actually place a trade on GU on Thursday. So my initial entry on Thursday was around this level here, I think. Because I saw we had this huge spike. We have been in this channel, and obviously this is a new high for the year on GU. I could also see that dollar index was pushing up, so I just thought it kind of just makes sense to get into this trade. So I ended up closing that on Thursday evening, just because obviously I'm not really trading GU like that, and I obviously was aware that NFP would be the following day, so I got out. And then NFP, me and Katie did a live on Instagram, and I said, you know what, I really like the look of this. So we had broken out of the channel, a clear break out of the channel. Now, what I was looking for off the back of NFP was this. So I got my fib, drew from here, so A to B, and then C. So I said on the live, I was expecting a push back up to the 61.8% level, which also was retesting previous support as resistance. And I said this would be the most beautiful trade that I could expect to see on GU this entire year probably. So waited for NFP, price came and pushed down, and I thought maybe we've missed the move, but then had a push down as NFP does, and then it spiked back up and rejected this 61.8% level. So I think I ended up getting into this trade at about where were we? So it must have been this candle here. So it was about 2:30, 3 o'clock I got into this trade. And yeah, we pushed straight down, but then we kind of danced around a little bit. But yeah, I ended up closing that again just over 0.25% profit, which isn't ideal really. But I'm not a fan of holding trades over the weekend, especially USD pairs, because the way the markets are moving lately, not cute. And now Elon and Trump are kind of beefing each other. I'm just not. If someone tweets over the weekend, the banks decide to say, yeah, fuck Trump. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just not worth it, is it? So, yeah, closed out of this, but this is still a nice position that I would like to see. So, this is just simply a channel. So, rising channel 9 times out of 10 means that price will soon be dropping. My TP is at the bottom of the channel because generally price will drop to the bottom and then we might have a retracement before dropping back down again, or that may be the last of the bearish move. So I would like to have it there just in case we come down to here and then push all the way back up again, or we come for a retracement and then come back down again. This is just kind of my ideal move. I will be looking at this on Monday to see if I can get another entry, but obviously staying cautious of the fact that we do have CPI on Wednesday, which absolutely will definitely move GBP USD in some type of way. So yeah, that was my trade on GU for this week. The first trade I've taken on GU in like 2 weeks actually. USD CAD, this also looks primed for a nice push up. So if I go to the daily, you can see that we have this wedge formation. So wedge formation, and it is a falling wedge, which again, kind of the same as a falling channel. We are expecting price to now break out of this and make some kind of high. Most likely a new lower high. So what I would like to see would be something like this. So if we could come back up, retest, ideally the 70.9% would be the best area for us to retest right now, because as you can see we do have this really strong support level that hasn't been retested really as resistance other than here, but it would be nice to see another test of that resistance before making a new low. So that is what I will be watching out for on USD CAD this week. We also do kind of have this inverse head and shoulder formation. If we go to the 4 hour, you can see it a little bit clearly. So we've got this left shoulder head and then right shoulder here before breaking above the neckline. Looks like we could be coming down to retest the neckline before obviously pushing up and making a new high. I will be cautious. Where's my arrow? Am I tripping? Why can't I find the arrow? Am I tripping? Okay, I'm just going to have to use a line because I'm so confused. Anyway, what I would like to see is something along the lines of that. Come back down, retest, maybe to here, and then I would like to see the breakout from there, retest of there before pushing up to that level that I just showed you. So if I go back down to the 4 hour, so yeah, that's kind of what I would like to see. If I go to the daily, would it make more sense? Yeah, so we've got this whole move that we could be expecting on USD CAD this week, which does look quite nice, if I'm being honest. GA, not really anything that I care to look at. EU, again, not really anything that I want to look at. GBP CAD, you can see we have broken out of this trend line. Is kind of like a triangle pattern. So we do have, obviously we've got this triangle here and now price has broken out. So this could be primed to be going lower. Look at the weekly, you can see that we are at heavy resistance on GBP CAD. So yeah, it looks like pound could be coming in to make some new lows. Not new lows, but new higher low at least on most pairs. So yeah, that is what I will be looking for next week on that too. Aussie dollar, super bullish again. However, we are in this triangle formation that I explained a couple of weeks ago, and as you can see, we are just still failing to break above this really strong resistance level. 4 hour, you can see we are pushing down, kind of similar to GU. We've got this kind of double top here, and then price is starting to push down. So another interesting one to watch next week. I think it would be nice for us to see a pullback now, because AU has been trending since April. So what I would like to see would be something like this. Maybe come back down, retest this 61.8% level. Yeah, maybe give us like somewhat of a really ugly inverse head and shoulders to make a new high. So yeah, that is pretty much everything that I'm looking at this week ahead. Markets open on at 10 p.m. on Sunday, the 8th of June. So yeah, who knows what we'll see this week, but this week is looking like the most promising week I have seen in a while. So I am excited for this week. I would like to see these moves come through. So yes, if you guys found this video helpful, then please make sure you like, comment and subscribe. And yeah, if there's any other pairs that you would like me to analyse, just drop them in the comments. If you have any questions, obviously drop them in the comments. And yeah, come back next week for another technical breakdown.